Creating a hand-drawn border gives an elegant touch to any clean and simple card. And with Nestabilities dies, you can create hand-drawn borders in just about any shape and size you want due to their patented open design. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need for this technique. First, you're going to need a Nestabilities die, and in this case I'm using just a classic rectangle die. However, this technique looks great with circles and with some of their fancier labels. It's really fun. Then you're going to need some cardstock, and I'm using some of the cardstock and pattern paper from the Spring Mix Stamp TV kit. You're also going to need a Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, some sort of pen, and in this case I'm using an Ink Essentials opaque white gel pen. And then some ink pads. I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black and some Vivid Tea Rose. And then some rubber stamps. And the rubber stamps I have here, I have the large butterfly and the small butterfly from the Spring Mix set. And I also have the stamp that says, "You are a perfect match." I'm going to make a little wedding card here. Okay, so to begin, what I like to do for this is, because I'm using a small piece of cardstock and I want to use my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, I like to just put a little bit of tape right on the back and just stick it to my tabletop so that I know it's not going to move around when I go to use my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig and move things around. The cardstock will stay exactly where I want it to stay. The first thing I did was I created my image sheet for the Stamp-A-Ma-Jig, and I've stamped "You're a Perfect Match" on the image sheet right here. Now I'm going to line that up where I want it, and I'm going to actually stamp that part of my project first. So now I have "You're a Perfect Match." Now the next step is I'm going to take my Nestabilities rectangle die, and I'm going to line it up so that I can see through. You can see right in the center there where the die is just perfectly centered in my piece of cardstock, like that. And now I'm going to take a gel pen. And whenever I use a gel pen or a glitter pen or any kind of pen, I always like to just start the ink flowing a little bit on a scratch piece of paper that's the same kind of paper as the paper I'm going to be writing on. So now I have it all lined up exactly where I want it. And let's see here. I'm going to draw my lines. Just holding the die down, I'm going to draw a white line down this way, and then I'm going to draw a white line this way, I like to go over it a couple times to make sure it's nice and bright. And then I'm going to draw one down this side. And then my last line, I'm going to come across and I'm going to stop just before the P, like that. And then I'm going to pick up after the P. Oops, I moved it a little. That's okay, you can put it back. Right after the P, and then finish it out over here. So then parts of my letters will hang down underneath. And now my next step is to add 2 butterflies onto my project. I'm going to stamp the big butterfly right in this open space here. And I'm going to stamp the small butterfly right over here in this little empty spot. And now I have a cute little pair of butterflies, a perfect match. And then just using my gel pen, I'm going to just color in a little bit on the butterfly in the little open spots, just to jazz it up, make it pop a little bit. And you don't have to color it all in, just a little dot or a line will really make that just pop. And now you can see my perfect match. What I've done here is I've put some of the patterned paper on top of a piece of bubblegum pink cardstock, and then I've attached a piece of our bubblegum pink wide grosgrain ribbon and secured it behind the bubblegum pink cardstock. Once I've finished that, I've popped that right on top of my white card base, and now it's time to attach the focal image. And the way I've done that is I've applied 4 pop dots. This is just the tape that I had used earlier to secure it to the table. That's really not going to stick to the card. And all I have to do at this point is place my focal image, and I have the perfect, clean, and simple wedding card. Try using Sakura glitter pens or glaze pens to add shine and sparkle to your border. Or use a Versamark pen and emboss an elegant line around any focal image.